Hey everyone, welcome back to Anna Nail School. So in today's video I'm going to teach you how to do refill on overgrown extensions. So as you can see on the screen, this is my client and it's been 4+ weeks since she did the extensions on her nails, and somehow she managed to eat up all the gel polishes, and I must give her credit because it's not easy to eat up the gel polish this clean. But yeah, so this was her first time doing extensions, and after the growth she came back after 4 weeks, and we are going to kind of remove and redo, remove the unwanted products, and then we are going to do a fill here. So she wants to reduce the length, and also she want to retain the square shape. Okay, she has a small baby, so it's difficult to handle things with longer nails. So this is what we wanted, and we are going to start with filing and removing the products. Okay, so I'm using an electric file to kind of file off the products around the cuticle area and overall like thickness and stuff, because there is a little bit of lifting around the corners and sides and stuff. So we need to remove all the lifting before we start with the refill. So here in a way you can say it's kind of a restructuring I'm going to do, because I'm kind of going to remove almost 90%, 80% of the products here, because she bit it so hard. So because of that there is a little bit of lifting here and there. Okay, I'm using a ceramic bit here. So as you can see, this is a blue abrasive mark ceramic bit, and my machine is running on forward mode, and I'm using 25,000 rpm speed. Okay, so people keep asking me what's the speed I'm using, so I thought why not just explain that in the beginning only. And you can also look at the angle I'm holding the client's fingers. So whenever I am around the cuticle or the side walls area, I'm holding her finger from the top side, and then when I am coming to the free edge area, I hold it from the bottom side of the finger. Okay, so be very careful while you're filing, especially when you're close to the nail plate. And since this was not a too long of an extension, we don't have like too much of thickness to file down also. So just be very careful, because the bits that we use, especially the one with the blue abrasive mark here, has a really sharp flutes, which means the teeth of the bit. And if we overfile it, first of all you might file into the natural nails, and then it will create kind of a heat sensation also. Just be very careful when you are actually close to the nail plate. And whenever you are removing the lifted parts around the lifted area, file behind the lift so that it breaks on its own. So now you can, as you can see, here is a small lifting. I'm going very like light touch and just filing the product behind the lifted area, and then you can use an orange wood stick to kind of see if it's coming off easily, because don't put too much pressure. Even if you are using a hand file or an e-file, you have to be careful when you are filing and removing the lifted area, especially when we have like these tiny little lifts around the corners or cuticle area. In fact, wherever we have the lifting, just be very careful. So it will pop off when you kind of thin down the behind side of that lifted area. Okay, so that's how we do it without hurting the clients or without damaging the nails. Okay, so again I'm going on removing all the products from all the nails, and once I am done with this, I'll be using, or I will be switching to my hand file to kind of do the dry manicure and reshape the nails. Okay, so here we have removed almost all the products. I won't say it's 95%, but 80% products I have removed. After that, she wanted small nails, so I cut down the length a little bit, and then I reshaped, and then I obviously check with the client if they are okay with the length, and if not, then again we'll trim down a little bit. So basically these nails she wanted like really tiny. So this is what we are going to do. So as you can see, some corners there is like no product, but that's totally fine. When we build over the nails with new product, new extensions, we can cover that. Okay, that is not going to break or anything, so don't worry about that. So now as you can see on the screen, I'm using a 120-150 grit hand file to kind of reshape her nails, the extension that we have here. And then we will do the dry manicure, and then once that is done, we are going to start with our product application. Next step is to start with the dry manicure. Again, I am going back to my electric file. I am using a red abrasive mark diamond bit here, and I am using 18,000 rpm speed, and the machine, when I am doing the right side, it's on a reverse mode, and when I am doing the left side, it's on a forward mode. So now I am doing the left side, so this is the forward mode. Okay, so to do the both the sides, you need to switch between reverse and forward. So you can do one side all with like reverse mode, and then you can change it into the forward mode and then do the other side, or you can just do reverse and forward per finger, whatever way you wish to do it. Okay, so after doing this, I am going to trim down the extended eponychium dry skin from this side, the cuticle area. So I am using a cuticle nipper here. So when you are using a cuticle nipper, just make sure your cuticle nipper is sharp enough to trim the dead skin from the cuticle area. If not, you will end up hurting the client. Do not pull when you are trimming it. Okay, just the blade should be cutting it. Okay, so after trimming the cuticle area, I decided to do a little gentle buff around the cuticle area using my hand file, and after that is done, then I am using lint free wipe and alcohol to kind of clean up the nail plate. We need a absolutely clean nail bed before we start our product application. Next step is to apply dehydrator. So I am using Model 1's dehydrator. I am not applying dehydrator all over the nails. I am only applying the dehydrator over the overgrown part of the nails. Okay, this is just to make sure that the nails are like absolutely dry, we don't have any oil moisture or anything. And after dehydrator, the next step is to apply a acid free primer. Again, I am using Model 1's acid free primer, and the primer also I am not going all over the nail. I am just sticking to the overgrown nails, and wherever we have removed the lifting, just little. You don't need too much primer. Too much primer also causes lifting, so just make sure you're only applying little bit. Okay, and after this, let's start with the product application. I'm using Glam and Glitz a pink, translucent pink acrylic powder and Mia Secrets monomer, and I'm using a number 8 brush here. So we will be doing kind of a one bead application technique because the nail length is literally small, so that's why I'm starting from the cuticle area. As you have seen here, I place the bead near the cuticle and built the cuticle area, and then I'm pushing the product towards the free edge without spoiling the apex here. So whenever you are touching the product with the brush, you have to make sure you're maintaining that apex thickness. Since it's a small nail, we don't want to build like a too big of a apex here. So depending on the length, your apex height should be proportionate. Okay, so in case if you don't know how to do it, just watch a bunch of pictures or videos and then you will get an idea. Okay, if it's long, the nails that you are going to build, that the apex will be higher. Okay, we need thickness around the growth area and towards the center of the nail, because that's how our nails can withhold all the activities we do. So basically it's to strengthen your nails, otherwise it will break and you will also get hurt. So now let's do one more. So as you can see, kept it a little away from the cuticle, but the product itself moves towards the cuticle, so we get a clean cuticle area. In case if not, then we use the brush to kind of push it. Okay, here what happened, it just moved on its own and it got a clean cuticle application, and all we have to do is just kind of use your brush to navigate it towards the free edge area, and just make sure the product is not touching the skin at all. So whenever I do nails, I make sure that I'm not touching the skin unnecessarily. Okay, so here I'm using my brush to gently pat down, make sure that we have a even space. So the better you apply the product, then your after filing will be much easier. Okay, so just take your time while you're doing the application. Okay, so this is the third finger we are doing here, and just the similar way, place the bead and then kind of extended it towards the free edge area. Now that we have completed application, the next is to file and shape it. So I'm using the hand file to kind of do the filing here. So there is not much to file, so just using the 120-150 grit file here, just filing any extra thickness that is there. If not, then just buff and make it a nice shape, and then clean the nails, and then you can do the gel polish application. So filing and shaping is something that takes a little time. If you do your application right and smooth, then you don't have to spend so much time. You can also use an e-file to file and shape your nails, that I'll cover in another video. And now that we are completed filing and shaping, using lint-free wipe and alcohol to kind of clean all the dust around the cuticle area. You can also ask your client to wash their hands if you have like a wash basin around your workspace. You don't put any soap or anything, just use clean water, fresh water, to clean the wash the nails, or you can use alcohol wipes the way I am doing here. So just making sure there is no dust or anything around the nail plate. We need again a clean base to start with our gel polish application. In the meantime, I also clean the work area of where I'm doing these things, because if we have dust get stuck in, then it's gonna turn ugly, okay, the gel polish. So if you see, I changed the shape of the index finger because she wanted to see how the almond shape will look like, and she did not like the way almond was looking on her fingers, because she is like more comfortable with the square shape. So I said, okay, let's try and see. Since it was smaller, there was no way coming back, so that was already discussed. She said that's fine, and we did try on one nail and she didn't like, so we kept the rest of the nails as it is, and we just changed the index finger of both the hands to match it, and also added a red color flower onto the index finger, so that it doesn't stand out like a weird option. It will stand out, but it's not a weird option. It will look like we did it on purpose. Okay, so this she loves red color nail polishes, so she wanted this bright red, and we did the same for her toenails also. So it overall it looked so pretty, and I'm going to show you how it looks once this is done with a after curing it and after top coating it. We did a little bit of cuticle oil around the cuticle just to make sure that the skin is hydrated again, because when we are using all these alcohols and things and stuff like that, the skin around the nails will be a little dry. So we do apply cuticle oil after like top coating and all, and this is how the nails looks like. Isn't it so beautiful, cute, and tiny nails? I really loved it, and she was really happy. So this is how we do rebuild a overgrown extension. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you like it, don't forget to like, share, comment. If you have any question, do let me know in the comment section. I'll see you soon on my next video. Until then, stay safe, stay happy. Thank you for watching.